struggle. Tell me what you know about struggle. What you know about pain.
Welcome back to No Label Convo. Got my boy Nell back here with me.
What I do?
It's been a long time. Got another special guest here. Another friend of ours.
The one and only.
Auragino. What up, bro? How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm mellow.
Yeah, the
Mellow
yellow. The yellow one.
Trying to keep it cool.
How you feeling on this fine Friday, man?
I'm cool, man. I'm glad to be here. No Label Podcast. I've always done your thing.
Appreciate you,
You know
bro.
what I mean? Happy to be here, dog. I'm ready to get it started.
Soul of the Streets. Want to get right into it? Show of the Streets Volume 1?
It's out, man. I'm so happy this project is out. For real. Like, I only said him a little bit. Yeah, I'm happy this project is out, man. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming because a lot of people I feel like been waiting on me to drop something since I did my Married to the Game video. When they first seen me kind of display this whole yellow thing with my brand and everything like that, and I kind of like
Married to the Game. How long ago was that?
that was 2018, the summer of 2018.
2 years.
About 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't the beginning though, right? I know you was putting in work for a long time. I know you. How long you say you been recording?
My first recording was about 2008. About good 12 years ago. They was known as Cooley High back then, but now my boys from Ooze Gang. Tony Boy was there, my boy Gaines. Skate. Shout out to all the slimes. That's my. I'm definitely affiliated with them boys, man. That's my squad right there, man.
So when that was around like high school, college, like those type of years?
I was at high school, like into high school.
Into high school.
Yeah. I made a song called The Original B-Boy with Tone. Yeah, that shit was like my little anthem joint. Hell yeah.
Y'all released that shit on like SoundCloud or something?
Yeah.
Word.
That shit was out. It wasn't even SoundCloud. It was some other. I don't even remember the name of the website.
Yeah,
back
it wasn't
then.
even streaming back then.
Yeah, it was different. You know what I mean? It was. I had CDs. I had my first little mixtape I dropped was called Who Is B-Boy, like 2010. Who is B-Boy? That was like my first debut mixtape.
So B-Boy was your like original name?
Yeah, it was actually the original B-Boy was my original name. You could see on my tat on my chest on the cover of the project, you'll see the original B-Boy. So that was my original name.
It's slow.
Physical copies right here.
Yeah. Hit me up on the gram if y'all need any copies, man.
So how did you come into your new name? And it sounds like Original and Auragino kind of like play on each other. How did that come about?
That's exactly how it came about. Right. So it's funny because I was in the booth and at the time I was primarily rapping at this time too. And I was in the booth and I was doing some ad-libs. I'm like, original beat boy, original. I'm like, origin. I'm like, yo, I kind of, that shit, I just started playing. I just started playing with it. And around that time too, I was telling my man, I'm like, yo, like, I think I need like to kind of rebrand myself because I like singing. Like, like before I even, actually, let me scroll back a little bit because before I made the song with Tone, I was actually on a singing flow type of wave. Like a couple months prior to making the track with Tone, and I kind of reneged on myself, like, nah, I'm not gonna sing. I was thinking, like, to me, I'm from Buffalo.
You didn't think that would be received well?
I'm from Buffalo.
Really
it was rough where I grew up. Like, singing is not singing with like niggas gonna look at me like I'm soft if I'm singing.
That's a talent you keep to yourself.
Yeah, it's like, yo, I'm singing all day to myself in the shower. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't want my niggas to look at me like look at me any type of way. You know what I mean? Because that shit just wasn't perceived like, yo, you an R&B ass nigga. Yeah, you know what I mean?
But look at soft, vulnerable, all that shit.
Yeah. But as you grow, your mentality grows. You can't stay stagnant. You know what I mean? If you don't you don't grow. You know what I mean? You don't change. You're not gonna grow. You feel me? So I got to a point where I'm like, you know what? I'm not about to let with nobody else perception of me, or who I am as a man, like change in anybody's eyes because I sing. Like I'm still be exactly who I am. Like that don't make me less of a man or not tough, or if somebody pressed me about some bullshit, I ain't gonna knock their ass the fuck out. Like, cause that's my energy too. That's where I come from. Like, but I'm not on that time, you know what I mean? But I definitely have like a militant spirit and a protective spirit of myself and people that I love, and I stand firm on that.
Yeah, that's being the man, that's being the protector.
Exactly.
That's how it should be.
Exactly. But I'm also okay. I feel like also being a man is being able to accept who you are. And say, you know what? I like to sing. Or I'm okay with saying I like to rock climb. You know what I mean? And I can still go to the hood and roll a blunt with my niggas and not be ashamed of like who I am, or if I like to skateboard, whatever it is. And it's funny I'm saying all of that because all of that ties into the brand of being original and being the best version of yourself, which is what the yellow ties into and everything. I feel like being the best version of yourself is your aura gotta glow, and that glow to me is the highest form of that glow is gonna be yellow, like the sun. You know what I mean?
I like that.
You know, one of my favorite movies growing up was I believe it's called, I hope I'm not wrong, but Enter the Dragon.
The Bruce Leroy joint.
Bruce Leroy. But at the end of the movie, you know what I mean? He find himself when he got to beat Shona.
I never seen it. I never seen it.
I gotta see that. Classic. You gotta get on that.
I gotta see that. I'm added to the list.
Oh, that was like turning Super Saiyan before Dragon Ball Z came out. Because you know what I mean? The dude tried to shoot him with the bullet. He caught the bullet with his teeth. Like on some superpower, but before he did it, he was damn near about to die. He was getting drowned by this motherfucker. This nigga drowning the shit out of him. He was about to drown his ass. All of a sudden, he just like something tapped into his spirit, and he just jumped out the water and he started glowing gold.
Yeah, you the master.
You the master.
Yeah, I gotta see that. How long is the movie?
Yeah. That's a class. I was young. I was like, I was around like
hour 10. And a half.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tune. I might tap into that this weekend.
Yeah, that's solid. And it's like you talk about your name and how it ties in that originality, and that yellow came like you married to the game. It just came. It's like you married to being the original you.
You know, it's funny you say that because that's exactly what you know. Not what people to the public eye was saying, but what I was declaring to myself in that moment. Because all my music is spiritual to me. Every day is spiritual to me, and I looked at like, yo, I'm dedicating my life to this game of music. That's and it's yellow as my brand and what I want to represent, and what I want people to follow and feel good about, feel like they can be a part of. You know what I mean? And not necessarily representing me, is representing a feeling,
being yourself,
a movement, a thought pattern. You know what I mean? A frequency.
That light.
Yeah, being the best version of yourself.
You spoke on like how your spirituality influenced your music. Like, who are some of the people who touch you musically, or just even out in everyday life that and inspired you to be who you are today?
Yeah, from like day one to now.
I would say it's a lot, because I love music, man. I can't say it enough. It's embedded I feel it in my veins when I listen to music. It's a lot of people, but I want to start with I would say D'Angelo first. D'Angelo, I remember being a kid. That was like the first CD I ever remember like holding and looking at. Like, if I could just go into my memory, I remember being a kid staring at the D'Angelo cover and being like, yo, this is so fucking dope. Like, this,
so what
this
age?
Is it? I don't know how. I might have had to be less than 10. I don't know when that Brown Sugar album came out. Where, you know what I mean? He just had the leather coat, looking cooler than a motherfucker. Had the braids.
Smoothest.
I'm like,
nah, I think Voodoo was gonna wear his shirt off.
Okay. Yeah, Voodoo had the shirt. That was next. Yeah, that was the Brown Sugar joint. And so D'Angelo, yeah, I don't want to get too deep, but D'Angelo, that's like one of one of my idols musically.
So who brought D'Angelo? Like, who put you onto him? Your parents,
I would say
maybe a sibling.
my dad and my mom was listening. I'll be in the car just hearing it. And I'm like, yo, this shit groovy as a motherfucker. Like, yo, this like
That was when
whatever my personality is, it like this shit. I ain't discovered my personality yet, but like, you young. I'm like, this where it's at. And then he had that song, Shit Damn Motherfucker. That's the first singer I ever heard cuss. So that shit was the coolest shit ever to me. Like, yo, he's showing that you could be, I ain't gotta, it's like kind of what I was saying earlier, like you ain't gotta be in a certain category of a singer, like, you know what I mean? He was the first one to kind of give off that masculine, still hood, edgy, like Brown Sugar was about smoking a blunt.
Yeah.
I ain't figured that out till like I was 25. You feel me? I'm like, yo, I love that about D'Angelo. Like he was able to still have that
like
edgy,
in the 90s.
masculine shit. I'm a man, but I'm still smooth. Yeah, I mean,
like
motherfuckers respected
like
that
him,
shit.
Keith Sweat, all them. Yeah,
respected that shit, dog. So that was my first huge influence that made me love music, love R&B, soulful music. And that was my base. Another one I would say, huge Lauryn Hill impact on me.
Miseducation.
To this day. To this day. For real.
Top 10 album of all time, man.
Yeah, I still could listen to that, like, close my eyes and just, she take you somewhere with her music. And then the Unplugged joint too. Yeah. I didn't understand how deep, like, on the conscious tip, she was getting on that Unplugged because I was so young. My mom would be playing it in the car. And I just heard Old Jerusalem and shit. Like, I'm like, yo, what's she?
Them cleaning Sundays.
But them songs, people should go back to Lauryn Hill Unplugged. Them joints is real relevant. Like to this, like too. Right now to this day in these times that we in. But Lauryn Hill, and I'll say the last one, well, I'll do two more. I'll say Chris Brown. He like the GOAT R&B Michael Jackson of my generation to me. And
I agree.
I gotta throw in Gucci, bro. Gucci man, yo.
Guwap,
bro. I live for Guwap. I'm a big Gucci man. Like,
bro, shit's definitely defined.
I had Guwap was really
Gucci
a Buffalo
man air
thing,
freshener in my car, like.
Atlanta went hard with him too.
No, I'm saying as far as like we really adopted Gucci. Like everybody I know, everybody picked Gucci side instead of Jeezy.
Oh yeah.
Like everybody I know in Buffalo, everybody was straight Gucci.
I love Jeezy too, but it was like if I had to choose, I gotta go WAP. WAP was just more. He was more edgy and like
he was dropping tapes every month.
Bro, it defined our house parties like to a T. Just his whole vibe.
Yeah, pulling up and pulling off from the house party. I'm playing WAP.
WAP. Every time
I'm
playing WAP, bro.
Yo,
if you ain't know the that WAP freestyle with the red bandana.
Real.
If you don't know that first day out,
Young Walker. Oh man, yeah. That's one thing that's special about our city is like how we got. From traveling, I haven't seen that type of party element that we got here.
You think so?
Yo, for real.
Yo, when I grew up, parties was lit. House parties.
Yeah.
It was dangerous too. But when them shits was lit,
yo,
what?
It's different.
Don't get me started about the basement party getting freaked on the floor, getting held up by your mans. Yo, was playing that Chris Brown Take You Down playing
Arcadia and shit, bro. People would be in the back, not even skating, bro, just getting freaked on the wall.
About that shit, no phones, nigga. Wasn't nobody recording, putting a bright light on in the girl face, so now she don't want to dance and she feel all scared and shit.
So shit, we can touch on that right now. So pretty much just like the difference of growing up in Buffalo, like during your era versus the kids now, or even like people my age, because you're a couple years older than me, and you touch on that in the music a lot, like losing friends, having one of the lines in Pain, which is my favorite song off the tape, Pain.
Appreciate it.
I'm just trying to make it to the top while dodging death traps on the block. They killed Pello before he turned 24. Is that the right name, Pello? Yeah, before he turned 24. Unsolved if you leave it to the cops.
Absolutely. I'm in every word.
And that says a lot, just to know two lines. Like,
yeah. Yeah, man. It's you were saying like the difference between Now, it's like, cause I'm thinking about my mans right now too, man. That was tough to go through when I lost my man.
Rest in power.
Rest in power to Pello, bro. Love you, bro. He's actually part of what like helped me solidify deciding on the yellow, being a brand. Like this city it's really it could be a real dark place, and it's it almost turned me to a real dark person. I lost so many close friends to innocent gun violence, somebody getting hit by a stray bullet at a party. Or rest in peace, Samantha. That was she was a good friend of mine, very close friend of mine, amazing hooper. Love LeBron James. She always wear 23. Unfortunately, she was killed on her birthday. I believe it was a birthday or a day after.
Like
graduation party. She was about to go to college, bro. Like just graduated high school, about to go to college, and somebody was trying to shoot somebody else, ended up hitting her, and you know what I mean. That it was a lot of deaths I had before that. Like my friend Piggy got killed from mistaken identity a couple years before that. That was a real close friend of mine. It's a lot. It's a lot to name. My boy Ira that used to hoop with me.
R.I.P.
Was another.
I think that's why that song resonated with me so much too.
Yusha. I'm trying to remember everybody. Kel, rest in peace, Kel. It's a lot, you know what I mean. I'm having a hard thinking of everybody. You know what I mean. It's so many.
Zave, long live LaRon.
Rest in peace to everybody that we lost. Everybody that was close to me. Dosh recently. It's sad because it's hard to keep up. Because in this city, like it's somebody new dying every week, and it's been a lot of females too lately, and it's getting crazy, yo. And I have to say, like
men shooting females. That shit, like when you were growing up, that's something that was completely against the code.
That's what I was about to say. That was a big difference. I see a lot of like younger kids. These are okay with fighting girls and like putting their hands on girls. Like I know somebody that was mentoring at a high school and said the majority of the fights that they would see was between boys and girls right now. Like dudes being okay with punching a girl in the face. When I was growing up, it was a certain code. That's one thing that I could say is a difference between when I was coming up and now. There was more of a code.
I agree.
It was a little broken at the time I was coming up. It was starting to crack and crumble, but I still was able to see and respect the code. You know what I mean? And I was born in '89. So I was coming up through the 90s, and it was just the code for certain shit, like putting your hands on a woman. If the hood was the peep wind of that, it don't matter if you felt like you was in the right or anything. You getting about 5-6 big ass niggas to put hands and feet on you.
You can't come out the house for a while.
And other people gonna see that. And that's gonna resonate with them. I'm never about to put my hands on a woman. He definitely gonna teach his kids after that ass whooping. Don't ever beat no. You know what I mean?
It was checks and balances.
It was checks and balances, and
it's very rare nowadays to see people getting checked.
Yeah, and I think people with like, I don't know if it's like with social media these days, but I think people like mad sensitive and like being shocked these days. That's a difference I see. People being shocked when the nigga get checked about some shit or something these days, or like somebody do something disrespectful or weird, and the nigga have to tell like, yo, what's up with that? Like, what you mean by that or something? And
he get offended that somebody
or it be a lot of niggas just curring up, like, and it be something that is not even like a fighting matter. You know what I mean? Or like, is I think nowadays people be so, anything that seem like a confrontation, I think a lot of days people be thinking more so, I don't want to go through anything that could be embarrassing or risk my reputation, because everybody got camera phones these days. If I gotta get into a little squabble with this nigga or something, nah. So you know what? I'm gonna turn up and say, I'll pop you, nigga. Cause I really don't want to fight.
Yeah.
I'm really damn near like
scared.
And it could be some shit. Yo, bro, I wasn't even about to fight you, but I was about to come off with some energy to let you know, yo, you violated the other day, bro. Like, and I ain't like this, and this. But it's like, yo, but doing
Just
that
on some
nowadays,
man-to-man
that shit could so easily turn into somebody getting killed. You know what I mean? And it could be just something that could have just been a light conversation, and where a nigga could have been like, yo, you know what, bro? You right. I was jive wrong. I apologize, bro. And shake my hand. We respect each other, and we go smoke a blunt after, bro.
Even fighting, and know what I mean, and shaking.
I grew up with that too. We could throw a fair one real quick. Nobody pull their phones out. Me and him. If shit get too out of hand, y'all stop it. Like. We gon' throw a fair. Once somebody land on their back, ain't no punching nobody while they down on it. Like it's a certain code.
That's how I grew up too, but you can't do that now.
like, cause a part of my life, I used to be in the game for a little while. It ain't something that I always touch on. It ain't something that I'm really like. I don't try to brag about. I don't try to like really put out there. But I got jumped into a gang. When I was younger. I grew up on Hewitt. And what I learned, I wasn't in it for a long time. Like, it was a part of my life. Like I said, the city could make you dark for a little while. I was in a dark place. I ain't give a fuck about nothing, bro. I just wanted to make money. I wanted to make it fast, and I wasn't scared of anything that came with that. You know what I mean? So that's what I was saying that to say, like, from being in that for a little while, it taught me, like, parts of it showed me, like, nah, this ain't for me. But parts of it showed me structure. You know what I mean? Parts of it showed me, like checks and balances. And, like, if you fighting somebody or you having a squabble with your mans, is you don't hit him while he down. Let him get up. Don't use your feet on him. You know, little tiny things like that. Principles that
show respect.
It's still a sign of respect. Because now it's more like a boxing match. We're not trying to kill each other. I want to shake your hand. We could shake hands. We get our rocks off. We can shake hands. We can shake hands after, bro, and go holler at some hoes after or something later, bro. And just, you know what I mean, keep it moving. But the nowadays, it's so it's a huge difference now. I couldn't see two kids getting a squabble right now. And these times, and they shake hands. That shit would shock the shit out of me to see two kids fight in the street. Nobody jump in it. No gunshots ring off. Nobody record it. And them niggas shake hands after.
Might bring a tear to my eye.
Bro, that was for me too, bro. Because I would be in shock. I would be like, yo, I'm thank you, y'all.
Proud of y'all.
Like, I'm so fucking proud of y'all.
So where do you think that comes
shit
from? That this generation now can't do that though. Because I know a lot of people may say that as far as not having a father figure in the household and being raised by all women and just having that emotional side. Others could say it's the OGs in the hood that don't check them or that weren't checked coming up, and then that's what kind of ruined the checks and balances you were speaking of earlier.
So many was in jail.
Yeah, I think I was the first thing that came to my mind. They swooped up all the OGs. They cracked down on all the OGs. And
all the suckers was left out here with us. You know what I'm saying? All the snitches, all the snitches came home.
Yeah.
All the snitches was home.
The niggas is not official, not solid. Yeah. The ones that staying solid got locked up. Supposed to, and or they gone, dead and gone. You know what I mean? That's what I feel happens is, and it's sometimes I feel like some niggas be too much of real niggas for Earth, bro. They so like dudes like Nipsey. I feel like you so powerful.
I was about to say,
you so powerful, smart, intelligent, militant, humble,
too,
loving, father, all that. You so past what this generation really need right now. They ain't even fully grabbed. Yo, we need you up here. We got bigger missions for you.
He served his purpose down here.
You know what I mean? That's I think some people be like spiritual gods, like damn, they're reincarnated in the flesh, and they got to be here for a minute so we could learn from them real quick, and they got to go back and keep doing their missions in other places.
It's important for us to keep pushing that message. Like on our podcast, we definitely talk about ownership, and we kind of continue to like empower artists and our people just to be able to continue. That's one part why I think your message is so powerful. Like you got the soul of the streets, but you bringing like that soul back to the jungle out. It can be crazy out here, but you bring in that soul, that light. That's
it's intentional.
Really guide them to
it's
the right
super
spot.
intentional. Super intentional.
And I'll say one thing on your album too. I want to talk about like you talk about. It's kind of a dark album. Like outside of like Father, it has a lot to do with pain. Like what
like blues music a little bit.
Yeah, that real soul shit. So it's like what made your relationship with pain? Like, can you like describe how the thought process behind this project and that theme?
Yeah, cause pain is man. I've been through every type of it. I've been through the worst of it. I feel like in my reality, physical, mental, and spiritually. I could say one when I was younger, you know, when you're a kid in grammar school and you got to go to the nurse, whatever, they check you for scoliosis.
Yeah.
And then until you bend over and check your back, whatever. I was a motherfucker that had that shit bad.
As a kid?
My spine literally, like, on the x-ray, looked like a snake. Yeah, bro. Doctor was looking at, like, they didn't understand how I wasn't in pain. How I was hooping. I used to hoop, like, bro, I damn near could dunk. Like before I had to have a surgery to fix everything, I remember ain't as nice as I used to. I still could get it in though. But I was ball like hooping was my life. Mm-hmm. So
prior to music or like did it come
prior to music, big hoop dream, big AI fan.
My God.
T-Mac, Kobe. Rest in peace, Kobe.
For a fact.
That's I'm a Virgo, he a Virgo too. That's
I'm a Virgo too.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Virgo gang.
Virgo.
Hell yeah. And what was it saying? Lost my train of thought real quick.
You was touching on the scoliosis and the pain.
Okay, so I found out I had scoliosis, and it was so bad. It was like when you get out of high school and your body stopped growing, we gotta have surgery and like put metal rods on each of your vertebrae and like straighten your whole back out. You gonna come out of surgery like 4 or 5 inches taller. Like
that's what happened?
That's what happened, bro. I was 5'4", came out like 5'10" and a half. Get the I went through some shit, bro.
Might want to break your back now.
I went through some
Go overseas
shit,
real quick.
Yeah, bro. So like
I remember that process.
My brother been around.
That's
so
crazy.
He was there to see me go through some of the most excruciating physical pain you could see somebody go through, bro. I had to learn how to walk again. I was in the hospital 7 days, bro. Like that shit is crazy, bro. So, but
that's like where the pain began, though, as far as that emotion that you started to tap into on the project.
I would say first was when like my parents got divorced. I ain't understand that at a young age. That shit was hard, and trying to get used to a new dude my mom was messing with. I wasn't really feeling him. It was just then going back and forth house to house. I started getting in trouble in school. Then so that was like my first emotional pain, like feeling like seeing my parents split up. Then the scoliosis, going through my surgery, and then I brought up basketball to say that was another like the mental pain of not being able to hoop, and feeling like my hoop dreams was over. Like
I know the feeling, man.
I was in my prime, yo. I went through a depression when I came home from that surgery, because I didn't know what to do. It's like somebody take away what you used to doing all the fucking time. Like
that's all you know.
That was like my identity. I mean, go hoop, smoke weed with my niggas, like holler at some girls, go to the hood parties on the weekend, like
routine.
And it's like all that was took away from me. I was in her bedridden for like, had to be in the bed like 20 hours a day for like a couple months. Like I remember not being able to bend over, tie my shoes for like 9 months. I remember not being able to. I could only walk halfway down the block without my whole back tightening up and locking on me for months. Like, you know what I mean? And the doctors, but one thing about me, man, I'm a soldier, bro. Everything I go through, I think it just make me stronger. Because I was supposed to, they said it was gonna take 12 months for me to fully recover. Or I was shooting hoops in the backyard at 10 months. Like nah. They wanted to give me a disability one of them blue shit you hang in your fucking car. I ain't taking that shit. The fuck, like
you ain't want to claim that.
Nah, hell nah. I'm big on speaking your reality, like
manifesting.
Yeah, man. I'm big on one of my favorite movies is The Secret, Law of Attraction. I'm big on the law of attraction. You speak your realities to existence. Like I'm real mindful and intentional about everything I say in my songs, my words. That's why I think it impact people a lot, because they can feel like I'm being honest and I'm being 100% and I'm being very intentional about everything that's coming out.
Your honesty definitely like separates you from a lot of people, and just like how you describe just your experiences and stuff like that on your Yellow Heart freestyle.
Yeah, that's how people been talking about that joint.
Yeah. The one bar that most people talk about is like he's talking about women. He's talking about, just because you meditate don't mean you right from me. Like that joint hit like a lot of people. Yeah, they love that. A lot of
and
people.
I know you love those earthy joints.
Oh yeah,
that must be a Clark thing.
Yo, they love that. Like, cause yo, sometimes I love all women, earthy women. Y'all got my respect, but some of y'all is a little fake deep. And
I don't like it.
That's my song. That's what shout out Baby King. But yeah, I had to call them out, because some girls be thinking just because they listen to Janae Aiko burn sage in their house and bought some crystals from the smoke shop, they think they woke now and shit like that. Like, nah, it's way deeper than that. Nah, you gotta go through the whole process, baby. You can't just buy some sage and some crystals and say I'm woke now and sit Indian style and hold your fucking
all right, so what she gotta do? How much time she gotta put in to be an earthy joint?
If she don't put in no time, it's a costume.
She gotta put in.
It's a costume if she don't put in no work.
That's the funniest fucking question, dude. Like,
nah, it's so much.
If a girl think it's a certain amount of time on that shit, then she already not an earthy joint. You know what I mean? When you're on a spiritual journey to be woke, like that shit is part of your life. It ain't no just you buy some shit and you woke now.
And that shit ain't all lily like beautiful petals and shit. Nah, it's like some of that shit gonna be painful that you go through when you doing all that meditating. You gonna dig up some shit you thought you forgot about.
Yeah, because it could be and like I'll give you an example of like when I said just because you meditate don't mean you right for me. It could be a motherfucker that like they wearing Bob Marley tees and they burning sage and they say they meditate, they listen to Janae Aiko.
They letting their hair lock up.
Yeah, they going natural. But the motherfucker disrespectful as hell to their own mother. You know what I mean? Or they would steal from their child. You feel me? Or they snake somebody that they work with and been working with for years. You feel me? Like corny shit. You feel me?
Yeah. So
motherfuckers be faking the funk, right? You know what I mean? And hey, I just had to call that out too.
Nah, I feel it, man, honestly. But that's what I think about the project. Y'all both said it was kind of dark. I just looked at it as being honest and transparent about your life and shit that's going on in your town, in the world. Yeah. I don't look at that as dark.
It's so much in this world. Like,
I think with pain, like it's sad parts. Like, damn, this nigga went through a lot of deaths in his life and whatnot like that.
Well, it depends on how you listen to it, how you looking at it. Because I more so was like, I feel where he coming from. I resonate with the shit he's saying. Instead of looking at it like,
I appreciate your perspective on that shit too.
Yeah, I just think, because I think back to like social media and everything's dolled up. Everything got the filter. Everything is pretty. Everything is manufactured. But then when you talk about that real reality of the situation, like, nah, my nigga, I'm in pain. Like, I'm struggling to go through this. Like, people don't see the girl taking the picture on the gram. Like, nah, like, she come from a broken home. Like, her ex-boyfriend just got murdered. Like, all of that. Like, there's a lot of pain in that, and it's a lot of truth that it's in the dark, almost. And it's like with his project, he talks about his pains. He talks about like pain and struggle. He talks about going through that and like shining the light through that darkness by speaking your truth.
Exactly.
And like that's why I feel like your brand is so relevant and like people really like
that.
Always complimenting, seeing the stickers everywhere, because it's like you really like pushing that light through the city.
Yeah.
You know what
I've been getting a lot of love for the town, yo. I love my city. I've been getting love. I've been getting text messages, phone calls, messages. Yo, I see the stickers you got up in the. I'm seeing you everywhere. I'm seeing the shirts. Like.
So what's a lot of people's favorite track? Like as far as the feedback you've been getting.
Freestyle. People they've been Yellow Heart Freestyle and what's the other one they like a lot? And Struggle. And I would say Questions is third, the last track. I think to me Questions is my favorite track. That's one I could put on repeat and just like.
Why is that?
And just kind of zone out to, cause I don't know, that joint is just so personal to me at the time. That was a song I wrote like in the middle of quarantine, and yeah, it was like I had so many questions going on. It's a lot of questions, bro. It was like how I'm saying, I got questions for my soul, but like the answers, you know, only Lord knows. It's like I was talking on that song. I was just talking to God, like, and just kind of venting. You know what I mean? And I just cause and it was really like the song is kind of like a generalization of like when anybody going through something that they kind of don't understand, or some pain or some struggle, or all of a sudden a pandemic, like, yo, what's going on? I got questions. I don't really know what's going on right now. Like, Lord, help me understand this, you know.
Yeah, cause most people don't trust the news. So, I mean, you gotta ask them questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was I love that song because I'm just talking to God, yo. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah, just laying it on the track. And something you probably do every day.
I think it was good. I specifically chose that as an outro because it even though the some songs is kind of like Pain, the song Pain, and even some parts of Father, because Father is even though Father could be used in two different ways, and I kind of wanted to play with that a little bit. When people first listen to Father, a lot of people expect like the girl I had a kid with, my baby mom's, like they thinking like, oh, he talking about not being with, like she keeping him from his daughter. Mm-hmm. Like, no, if y'all follow me and follow my Instagram all the time, I show my daughter all the time. Like, that's one thing she do not do, like in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? But I
definitely commend her for that, because a lot of baby moms don't do that.
Shout out to my baby moms. It's funny, we actually, you know, got the Yellow Heart Freestyle. That's funny because we kind of do all of this. Like, people don't see the background where I actually like sit down and play this song for somebody, play that song for somebody, or like talk about some real. Because I went through, like, my music was really vulnerable on this project, and I talk about going through a breakup. I talk about being single now. I talk about things that I may have feel like I went through through a breakup and things like that. And now it's a beautiful thing now, because it's funny how life worked, man. But now we've been talking. Me and her been on good terms. Like
that's beautiful.
It's man. It really is. It's genuinely beautiful, bro. I'm happy. Like, I feel like I got a sense of getting my family back together, bro. And
great to hear, man.
Yeah, for real. I'm really happy about that. Like, and it's just a good feeling. It's just funny because I dropped the song Yellow Heart Freestyle, and I'm saying I'm single now and whatnot, but it's definitely gonna be a Yellow Heart Freestyle Part 2 now.
Word.
But yo, back to Father, you was talking about the two different angles you went at. A lot of people saying,
so people was thinking like, I'm sure a lot of people thinking like, oh, he talking about him and his girl didn't work out, and she keeping the kid from him. But that's not the case. I played with the words to kind of pull people in that direction. But what I actually was trying to represent through the song was what George Floyd went through. And when I say that, I mean, those police, when they killed George Floyd, they took him away from his daughter. And all he wanted to do was be a dad. All he wanted to do was be able to come home and kiss his daughter on the forehead and read her a book and be there for her. And that's why I'm like, I'm almost pleading in the hook, like, don't, like, all I ask is that you just don't keep me from my baby. That's the type of shit that make the strongest nigga crazy. You know what I mean? That's rest in peace to George Floyd.
Most definitely. R.I.P. George Floyd.
That was a really like impactful event that sparked a lot.
Broke us out of quarantine.
I stopped the corona news.
Yeah, right. And one thing about, you mentioned is like, you see in the news now with the whole Meg and like Tory situation. Like a lot of black women feeling unprotected, and it's like, the police crazy. Out here like mowing down the people who gonna try, like, who's here to protect you, and like that's not. It's a tough situation for everybody involved, but we all get on the same page. I'm just like, we got to understand that we need to help and protect each other, and especially our women, because it's definitely wild out here.
For real, bro. For real. And I think like part of that like part of going through quarantine, and like I'm a protector, so like part of going through quarantine, I was able to like take some time to like reflect on everything in my life, and part of me like being a protector, bro, I kind of felt a void of like, yo, I need to be like around like protecting my family, you know what I mean? And let me see if me and my child's mom can have some real conversations and work things out, because this is a crazy ass time we living in right now. It's pandemic as far as illness going around, and with the protests and like feel like we on the verge of like race wars and shit like that. And I feel like what I learned during these times, like the most important things, they not material. It's family. It's the relationships that you have with your brothers or your friends that's like family to you. I found myself during quarantine calling my aunts I ain't talked to a lot more, popping up on my old uncle like, yo, you good? You need anything? Like, nah, I'll run to the store for you. I'll go grab them gallons of water you usually get in the morning. They in aisle 3, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, really taking some time to be genuine.
And that shit that matter to them too. They definitely appreciate that. Yeah,
bro. That's the type of shit. That type of shit that warm your soul real quick. And cause you would get so caught up in a rat race of trying to just make it. Whatever it is that you do, you know what I mean? People, you can get kind of too caught up in, because I know I catch myself sometimes. I could be real work orientated, so I get too caught up in just work, get this done, so I can be as successful as possible. But you have to also still balance taking time to be a family man, taking time to if you got a girl, show her some love real quick, taking time to call your mom. You know what I mean? Oh, Ma, you want to go on a date today? I'm gonna get you some ice cream over here real quick. Like I feel like that's one thing I learned through quarantine. Like that shit that don't cost money. Make sure you it's a bag for that too. You get in that bag too.
That's a fact. You know what I mean? So how much of this music, you said you really did a lot of reflecting and all that during quarantine. How much of this project was recorded in quarantine? The 5 tracks.
I want to say all of them except Pain.
When was Pain recorded?
Pain was recorded last year. Yeah, last year, right after one of my friend last year. Produced by Lordy. Shout out to Lordy. Young dope, one of the hottest young producers in the town, man. He
produced a lot for Goo Razor, R.I.P. Goo, man.
Yeah, rest in peace, Goo Razor too. You see, I mean, it's like, yo, it's sad how common that got to be to say rest in peace to somebody. Like,
I hooped with him growing up.
And that's what, like, yo, that's what part of me being like representing. I name this the soul of the streets. because we lost so many people, or we lost. Their soul is still here though. We lost them, but their soul is here. You know what I mean? I feel like I kind of want to be somebody that's like I'm speaking for the souls of my lost homies here in the town, and being a shining light on a dark place. I don't want my music. Some parts may sound sad, but I always try to like keep a little uplifting, or like end my verses with something that kind of make you feel a little motivated, or not stuck in like a depressed
or
type
even the little witty bars you throw in there. That definitely bring light to it, lighten up the mood.
You know what I mean? Like keep it serious, but also keep it light. And that's why I wanted to end it with like questions. You hear how questions is kind of a little more uplifting. You know what I mean? And then at the end, it's so crazy about questions. People not gonna believe it. That was a one take freestyle.
Word.
The hook, I literally hit record. I zoned out. I pray before I record. You know, I zone out, meditate a little bit, pray. You know, I ask my ancestors and my spirit guides to just flow through me, and let people who are supposed to accept my words, let them accept my words for what they is, and not be misconstrued by curse words or anything like that people may be judgmental about. I'm not religious, really. I'm spiritual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just believe in what's right and doing and having a good heart. I don't think because you cuss or
genuine and pure.
Yeah. You got a good heart. I mean, be yourself, be original, shine how you want to shine.
Yeah, exactly.
God see your light. You feel me? But yeah, that's why I wanted to, questions. One take, bro. And that verse was one take. At the end, I said build. And that's what I'm ending the whole project on, that one little word at the end, say build. And that's how the project end. And that was intentional too.
Yeah, elaborate on that.
That was intentional too. I always like when you build with your niggas, it's funny because that verse was a freestyle, and at the end, I was just thinking of a word. That's the word that came to my mind, like build. Like when I'm with my niggas, I'm building. Like we when I get around my boys, I try not. We might sit, drink, and smoke, or shit like that. But my boys that I hang with the most, like we definitely, during that time where we chilling, smoking, drinking, we building. Like we gonna talk on the subject, whether it's about building our credit to better ourselves or our future, or taking more accountability when we may be wrong about a conversation we had with somebody, or like just being better people. You know what I mean? Like being the best verse, shining your light, like perfect yourself in a way, like you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm all that's what I'm all about every day, all day. Like just as a man in general, like be the best version of yourself, and if you make mistakes, learn from them and grow.
Hey man, you a Virgo in the flesh, I'll tell you that.
They say we perfectionists. They say we be a little too much perfectionism.
Analyzing everything.
Dude, we detail people, man. I'm a Virgo to the core. We real detail, but when we get in our zone, we some unstoppable motherfuckers. Beyonce a Virgo.
Yeah, no shit.
Kobe.
No shit.
That's a fact.
Nas. Some greats, man. Like,
Word. So with this project coming out, being volume 1, and with this tone, like what can artists expect from you, just in the future with your sounds and what are you bringing?
Well, first of all, this pineapple juice is amazing. I love pineapple juice.
That shit hitting right now?
That shit hitting, bro. The new sounds. So this volume 1. I'm excited, yo, cause really this was almost like a little teaser. Like a good healthy little teaser, a little appetizer with a little drink on the side, you know what I mean? But I'm coming with
But it's a lot of content in those 5 songs that you could sit with for a minute. That's why I feel like it could live on for a little bit. And versus a regular EP that's 5 songs. Yeah,
I definitely wanted it. I definitely went in with the mindset of longevity. Like this, I want this to last forever. I want this to be something that's still played years from now. And I approach that with all my music though. But some projects I'm gonna have coming out is gonna be for fun. Like for example, I got a project that's in the works called Yellow Waves, where I did a lot little remixes or covers to like industry beats, the songs that came out like the Married to the Game video was me going off a Future song. You know what I mean? So I got a lot of little tracks like that that's off other people's beats that I'm putting all together, kind of like how Lil Wayne did the Drought 3. Coming like that, but from my own little bouncy singer type of, you know what I mean, little groovy shit,
some hybrid
some
shit.
vibes, yeah, little up tempo, you know what I mean, bring the vibes up, something that people could ride to, bounce to. And I got another project I'm coming with, real happy about. It's gonna be more for the little late night, little sexy vibes. You want to go smoke with your lady or shit like that. That joint gonna be called Rhythm and Vibes Volume 1, so people can stay out on the lookout for that too.
I like the volumes.
Yeah, rhythm. Yeah. We come in volumes, baby. This because we starting this. Like I said, I'm married to the game, so this is just the start of a whole legacy. You know what I mean? I know what I'm destined for. I'm very confident in everything that I'm doing. So I know this gonna be the start of a real long journey for me. I think people gonna be able to look back on this and be like, yo, he wasn't playing. And he stood on his word and he got to it. And look at him now.
And he was preaching the shit that you're gonna be preaching in 10 years. He was preaching now.
Yeah. And this one, Soul of the Streets was like, this is a foundation for me. And like let people know, like give me a little bit of seriousness, but representing that soul music again. I feel like soul music is kind of missing. It's a lot of auto tune going on. It's a lot of
poppy R&B,
rap and singing is almost merging right now. And I want to get back to that shit like Jaheim and D'Angelo used to make you feel. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna still be my own unique way with it, because I'm still a nigga from Buffalo that listen to Gucci Mane too. You know what I mean? So I gotta still keep it original, not to be cliche.
That's the brand. It ain't cliche. It's the brand.
Yeah.
But shit, you said Yellow Waves,
Rhythm
Rhythm and Vibes. What else could people be looking forward to? I see. You know, you got the merch.
Yeah,
the hardcovers.
Yeah, if anybody need merch, I got CDs, I got hardcovers available. Real happy about those joints came out. Icy, there's like my mini vinyls. It's more so, I know this not a CD era right now. We in a streaming era, so that I'm really out. It's more like an art piece, like something you stand up on your bookshelf or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got
and
the
cover
merch.
Art shot by
my boy, Creative Connect. Shout out to my boy.
Creative Connect. Shout out to him.
My brother. We friends beyond the business. Like that's my real boy right there. My real brother. And shout out Tony Boy. Let's do a couple shout outs. Shout out to Tony Boy for mixing master and everything. Mix and master my first song 2008, keeping it with the team, keeping it with the day ones, bro. Keeping it. That's one thing about my team. Everybody I work with, like I really fuck with them. Like if you see me working with somebody, I really rock with them. And it's a high chance that I've been rocking with them for a long time. And because I'm a fan of growing this shit organic. You know what I mean? And when you're doing it independent from the ground up. And it's gonna take a little more time, but
it's worth it though.
Yeah, so it's like people may look like, damn, you got this shit looking like this. All of this 10 years in the making. You know what I mean? For real. I was, like I said, Lauryn Hill only dropped 1 hour. I was studying the greats and like trying to marinate this shit. I don't want to drop projects and they just be forgotten about. I want this shit when I'm 80, niggas still like could play this and feel something with it.
So I got one last question before we wrap up.
Word.
Yellow Heart Freestyle, what Drake beat was that was sampled?
That was the
Bro, I was trying to figure that shit out all week. I'm like, yo, why can't I think of this?
Yo, I know the song. I might have to pull it up.
You know it?
I know I can hear it in my head, but I can't
even think of it right, because when I instantly heard it, I fell in love with the beat and turned it off and went to YouTube and found the beat and started writing, bro.
So yo,
it was
when
like
you,
that.
I mean, go listen to the project. When y'all hear it, if y'all remember, comment that shit under the video, definitely.
Yeah. Real quick, shout out. I want to again shout out Tony Boy.
Most definitely
Shout
Tony
out,
Boy. Mix and
shout out
master.
boy Alex, with Creative Connect with the pictures. He did the picture, the front and the back. The back is actually the top of my scar. My scoliosis, that's just representing the pain, struggle that I've been through, everything, just representing all of that, you know. Buffalo is a place of pain and struggle, and I just this project is representing what we went through for quarantine, and I'm gonna shine that light though. We it might be dark times where we from, but we ain't gonna stay like that. We keep a smile on our face, baby. You know what I mean? Keep shining. All that good shit. But people can follow me on Instagram. That's where they can stay up to date with all my newest releases.
At Auragino.
At Auragino, Auragino. And that's for everything. That's my Twitter, my Facebook page, Instagram, email. Also, you can go to my bio. You can catch all the videos on my the Father video is in there. The links to all my music. Shirts is available. Look on my pages. I got yellow. I got every color.
Got it on his back right there.
That's one of the shirts right there. Shout out my brother for rocking the Element T. One last thing I wanted to mention. Struggle video coming soon. Stay tuned for that. That's the newest thing people could look forward to. I took a lot of time with that. That was a 3-day video. I took a lot of time on some drone shots in there. Got a little couple cameo by my boy K Pistol. Shout out K Pistol.
That's family.
Yeah, he killing it. Young boy killing it in the streets right now. He hot right now. But yeah, that's the last thing I wanted to say. Stay on the lookout for that struggle video. Stay mellow, wear yellow, all that good shit.
Facts, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man.
Yeah, no problem. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Boy Auragino, Soul of the Streets Volume 1. Definitely go get that.
Look it up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, in case y'all didn't know, like they brothers. I'm sure y'all can tell. Niggas look just alike.
Spill the beans. It's my blood brother. Grew up in the same house, same mom, same dad, all that.
Twins, just 3 years apart.
Right. Low key.
Everybody be safe, man. No Label Convos. Appreciate you, Auragino. We out.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Collectors calling like you owe me, but I just lost another of my woadies. I could never lose, I got a daughter, so I'ma run it up until my toes bleed. What you know about struggle?